Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Twin Cities and US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, the home of the Vikings. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense, we're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends, but come game day, there is no question. At the end of this one, yes, they want their teams to win, but when they put their two box scores up next to each other, there's going to be some bragging rights come this offseason.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go from Minneapolis. On the return, it's Damian Pierce. Uh-oh. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
And he's going to be stopped at the line. No gain. Great way for the defense to open up here at home.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
A second down throw for Stroud. He's got Dell for that one. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Trying to avoid the early 3 and out, they face 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Mixon. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Open man, the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And he's going to pick it up. He'll take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On first down, it's Stroud. He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. From the gun, here's Stroud. This one is hauled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
And this is the opportunity Sam Darnold's been working for. I mean, to resurrect his career after some struggles early on in New York. He's had a bit of a mixed bag, but there is no mistaking the physical talent, the arm strength, the ability to play quarterback at a high level. He has it all. There's a reason he was drafted where he was, Mike, and I think Minnesota has themselves a sleeper here at the quarterback position.
Opening carry of the game for Aaron Jones. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to get it. First down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the give, it's Jones. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
They'll go back to Jones on 1st down. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Play fake to Jones, and now Darnold. He's going to let one fly for Addison. And he'll take it on in. Jordan Addison, touchdown Vikings.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
On now for the extra point. Here's Will Reichert. He knocks it through. And the Vikings come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Here's Pierce for the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. That's caught downfield by Diggs. And this will bring them all the way down to the 20-yard line. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. They'll run with Mixon. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Diggs on the reception. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Stroud gonna set up to throw. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. Chandler now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Vikings offense and Jordan Addison getting ready to get back on the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He runs with it. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
They run straight ahead with Jones. Open space to the 35. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. That's another quick first down, and that's a 25-yard gain.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. On play action here, and he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that second down sack brings up 3rd and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. And he cannot get away, brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning. On 4th down, on comes the rookie, Will Reichard, to try this Viking field goal. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings will level the score at 10 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. This is fielded inside the 5. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Texans offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. Now Stroud. He's going to tuck it and go. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. That one knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
He's got his man. It's Diggs. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the first down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
Now Fairbairn for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Texans go up by 7. It is now 17-10. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Chandler now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Darnold now to throw. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Now, Darnold. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack. So on fourth down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. Robert Woods back to return for the Texans. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Stephon Diggs and the rest of the Houston offense set to take over again. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. First and 10. Here's Stroud. Toward the sideline. That's caught by Dell. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Stroud to throw here on first down. That's complete to Diggs. And he's going to have a first down. They get into field goal range here at the 29. Here's Stroud. That is caught at the 3. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Texans going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it, and that's going to bring an end to this first half.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Christian Harris there on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing, Darnold. Quick throw here is complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
To try and run for the first down with Jones. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage, and it sets up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up fourth down.
It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings, as he's on to punt for the second time. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Stroud. Into space at the 45. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Stroud to throw here on first and 10. To the left side into the hands of Collins. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
On the give, this is Mixon. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9, just a yard short of that first down. A good spot here, second and a yard. To throw is Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle's made here at the 3-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
They'll run here with Mixon. He'll try to push forward, but only a yard down to the 2. From a little closer, here's second and goal. Again, it'll be Mixon. And this time, he's in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Texans. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. To return, it's Brandon Powell. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense and Aaron Jones set to take over once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. To the middle of the field, taken in by Addison. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
They run it once more with Jones. Jones, first down and more. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Darnold to throw. This pass, right side, going to be caught by Addison.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Now Jones. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down. Play fake to Jones, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
3rd and long. To throw is Darnold. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. As we look back at some of the highlights in this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And that will get him back on schedule. Good pickup of 7, sets up 3rd and 3.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That one intercepted. Picked off by the veteran, Harrison Smith. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit. Darnold now on 1st and 10. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
That is caught. He is in. Jordan Addison, touchdown Minnesota. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Vikings are able to cut the deficit to 10. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. They'll go right back to Mixon. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Here's Mixon. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is. First down. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.